In this video, I'm going to talk to you about managing multiple accounts on Google on a single device. So my situation here is that I'm working right now on my most current laptop, the one that I purchased personally last December. I also have two other laptops here. I have the laptop that I have from the district, which is logged in, doesn't work on my Wi-Fi network, so it has to stay logged into the Ethernet, and a very old laptop. It's probably about 5 or 6 years old. It's out of date, but I'm going to try and get it going today so that my kids can use that while my personal and, well, these other two laptops are all tied up. All right, so what we're talking about today is managing multiple accounts from Google on one computer. So I have my district account. That's my education instance as a teacher. I have my personal account. I actually have two personal Google accounts, but we're only going to look at one of them right now. And I have an account for each of my children from their school. So we're going to look at how I'm managing 4 different accounts on my device. I'm going to go ahead and shrink this down. And I want to point out in the corner here that there's an icon up at the top. Mine is my own picture. You can change yours by going in here just like this. Usually it defaults to your first initial. So mine is my picture. All right. And if I come down here, I can add another account. And I want to show you what happens when you add another account at this point. This is a mistake that I see often. Okay, I've signed into my personal account right here. And now if I go into the waffle, all of these things will direct me straight to my personal account. If I click on Gmail, that'll be my personal Gmail. But you can see it's almost like a nest, right? This is in the nest, and this is the nest. So I'm signed on to both my personal and my school account at the same time. I do not recommend this. I do not like this. So I'll show you where you go to manage that. You click on this uppermost icon. Again, it might be your initial, it might be your picture. And you'll see that you have other people. You can go to settings, you can go to add. Right now, I have an account set up for myself. That's my personal account. For my son, and I'm in here on the school account of my own. I'm going to go ahead and close this window entirely and show you also I have each of these on my desktop. So I have Lucas, that's my son. I have myself, that's my personal account. And I have my school account. All of those living here happy as can be. I can double click on any of those and it takes me to the correct thing, but of course not correct because I made this mistake on purpose. I'm going to go ahead and click sign out of all accounts. This is the first step to fixing this mistake. And then I'm going to sign in again, and it's going to sign me in for my NSD account. That's the correct one. I made sure. Right? Okay, now under my NSD account, I am only signed into my NSD account. There are no other users on here. This other user is signed out. All set for that, right? The next thing I need to do is I'm going to be adding my daughter's account now. I'm going to give her an entirely separate account. So I'm going to click on that icon, the uppermost one, and click add. I'm going to give her a name. Her name is Fiona, and I'm going to pick a picture for her. This is the fun part, right? We're going to give her the unicorn, of course. I am selecting the option to create a desktop shortcut for this user. That's back on the desktop where I showed you I have 3 right now, so at the end of this I'll have 4. Go ahead and add her. Now when you first add, it's going to act as though nobody is signed in. Click on sign in, and then use your credentials for the account you're working on. Now this is the first time I've ever signed her on here, so it's going to ask me to accept the Google Terms of Service and Google Privacy Policy. If you're not at all familiar with those, you might want to do a little bit of research before you go ahead and accept. I am going to choose to link all this data. That is up to you. You should think very carefully about whether you're going to link it and sync it. And end up with the extensions that are provided by this school. You're going to end up with the bookmarks that have been made at school. And you can see here, this is all exactly like it should be. Fiona with an F and an F. That's her icon. You can change your own picture. That's your business. I'm going to shrink this down and shrink that down to show you what was created here. Another icon. So now I have 4 icons. We have it managed exactly how I want it to be managed. I'm actually going to move this down, that here, get it just so. Now my desktop is perfect and ready. And I'll be able to teach my 6-year-old and my 7-year-old how to get onto their own account from here. They're going to understand it because I'm going to show it to them. All right, let me know if you have any questions about how to manage multiple accounts on your device. Have a great day.